Some of these cars look fast until you actually understand them. Today, we are exposing cars that fake performance and most people don't even notice it. Because speed is not just power. And when design starts lying, the whole car gives itself away. Number 10. Porsche Cayenne Turbo GT Stock. This is where performance starts getting dishonest and most people will disagree. The Porsche Cayenne Turbo GT pushes over 630 horsepower from a twin-turbo V8. All-wheel drive, rear-axle steering, track-focus setup. On paper, it sounds like a supercar in disguise, but it isn't. This is still a tall, heavy SUV trying to behave like something much lower and much lighter. And you can feel it. Every time it turns in, there is a delay. A moment where physics reminds you what this car actually is. The problem is not speed, it is identity. Because everything about this car is trying to convince you it belongs on a track. It doesn't. It's engineered to win, but built in the wrong body. And this is where the illusion begins. Not obvious, not embarrassing, but still dishonest. Because if this looks like pure performance to you, you are reading speed the wrong way. Rank 9. Mansory Rolls-Royce Cullinan. Now the illusion becomes impossible to ignore. The Rolls-Royce Cullinan was never built for speed. 6.75-litre twin-turbo V12, effortless torque, ultra-soft suspension, total isolation from the outside world. This car was designed to disappear the road. Then Mansory turns it into something else entirely. Aggressive vents, exposed carbon everywhere, sharp angles that suggest movement and attack. But none of it connects to what the car actually does. This is still over 2.6 tons of luxury designed to glide, not react. So what you see and what you feel completely disconnect. It looks like it wants to attack, but it was built to disappear. And that is where the illusion breaks. Because performance is not what a car looks like. It is what the car is allowed to become. And this was never meant to be fast in the way it is trying to appear. This is not speed. This is visual deception. At number 8, Mercedes-AMG G63 Brabus 800. Now we move from confusion into something louder and harder to defend. The Mercedes-AMG G63 already sits in a strange position. Twin-turbo V8, over 577 horsepower stock. Body shape unchanged for decades. Built originally for durability, not speed. Then Brabus pushes it to 800 horsepower. More boost, more noise, wider stance, carbon fiber everywhere. On paper it sounds insane. In reality, it makes less sense the longer you look at it. Because no amount of power fixes shape. This is a brick, a fast one for a moment. But still a brick. And that moment fades quickly. This isn't speed, this is force trying to feel like performance. At some point adding more power stops being engineering and becomes denial, because this car does not slice through air. It punches it, and punching air is not speed. It is resistance with noise. This is not precision, not balance, not control. This is presence pretending to be performance. Number 7. Lamborghini Urus Mansory. This is where speed stops being engineered and starts being exaggerated. The Lamborghini Urus was already designed to feel aggressive. 4-litre twin-turbo V8, around 650 horsepower. All-wheel drive system built for controlled violence. It was fast in a way that still made sense. Then Mansory pushes it beyond that balance. Wider arches, over-designed vents. Carbon panels layered on top of an already aggressive design. Now everything is shouting at once. And when everything is loud, nothing feels fast anymore. It doesn't look quicker, just looks more desperate. Because real speed has direction. This has noise. And the more you look at it, the more it feels like the car is trying to prove something. Not to the road, but to people. This is not performance evolving. This is performance being overacted. Number 6. BMW XM Label Red. This is where performance becomes confused at a fundamental level. The BMW XM Label Red is supposed to be the future. Hybrid V8, over 740 horsepower combined. All-wheel drive, massive weight pushing well over 2.7 tons. It sounds impressive, until you ask one simple question: why does it exist? This is not a focused performance car, not a luxury flagship, not a clean hybrid statement. It is all of them at once, and none of them fully. It has power, but no clear purpose, because speed without direction does not feel fast. It feels heavy, and no amount of horsepower hides that. This is what happens when engineering tries to satisfy everything and ends up committing to nothing. Rank 5. Ferrari Purosangue Mansory. This is where things start getting uncomfortable for the wrong reasons. The Ferrari Purosangue was never meant to scream for attention. 6.5-litre, naturally aspirated V12, around 715 horsepower. Rear-biased all-wheel drive, built for balance, not aggression. It was Ferrari trying to redefine what an SUV could feel like. Then Mansory steps in and removes all restraint. Carbon everywhere, sharp edges forced into a design that was originally clean. Visual weight added to a car that was supposed to feel light. Now the message is broken. It looks faster, but feels heavier just by looking at it. Because Ferrari speed is not about shouting. It is about flow. And this destroys that completely. This is not evolution. This is interruption. Number 4. Bentley Bentayga Speed Mansory. Now we enter pure contradiction. The Bentley Bentayga Speed already sits in a strange space. W12 engine. Over 600 horsepower. Ultra refined. Designed to move fast without ever feeling aggressive. It is quiet speed, effortless. Then Mansory turns it into something else. Sharp aero, carbon overload, lowered stance trying to force urgency. But nothing about this car was meant to feel urgent. This is speed that was never supposed to look fast. And once you force that image onto it, the entire identity collapses. Because now it is trying to be something it was designed to avoid. This is not enhancement. This is distortion. Number 3. Mercedes Maybach GLS Mansory. This is where speed completely loses meaning. The Mercedes Maybach GLS was never about performance. 4-litre twin-turbo V8. Smooth power delivery. Air suspension tuned for isolation. Everything designed to remove effort from movement. This is not a driver's car. It is a passenger experience. Then Mansory transforms it into something that visually suggests power and aggression. Massive grille, exposed carbon, lowered stance trying to force presence. But the contradiction is obvious. It looks like it wants control, but it was built to remove effort. Because nothing about this car responds the way it looks. It does not attack corners. It does not feel urgent. It does not communicate speed. It isolates you from it. So what you are left with is pure confusion. A car that visually promises energy, but delivers silence. This is not fake speed anymore. This is visual misrepresentation. Rank 2. Lamborghini Aventador Mansory Carbonado. Now we reach something more extreme, because this car actually has real performance. 6.5-litre, naturally aspirated V12. Over 700 horsepower, mid-engine layout. Built for raw aggressive driving, the Lamborghini Aventador was never subtle. But it had structure, direction, a clear design language. Then Mansory removes that structure completely. Full forged carbon body, sharp uncontrolled angles. Design elements layered without restraint. Now the speed feels chaotic. It is fast, but it no longer feels intentional. Because real performance is controlled, precise, deliberate. This feels like speed without discipline. And when design loses discipline, the performance starts to feel less believable. Not because it is slow, but because it no longer feels engineered. This is what happens when speed becomes decoration. At number 1, Rolls-Royce Phantom Mansory. This is where everything collapses. The Rolls-Royce Phantom is one of the most controlled cars ever built. 6.75-litre V12, effortless acceleration, near silent cabin. Designed to remove the concept of speed entirely. This car does not chase speed, it replaces it. Then Mansory turns it into something aggressive. Sharp lines, carbon fiber, visual tension forced into a car built on com. And this is where the illusion completely breaks. This is what happens when speed is forced into a car that was designed to ignore it. Because the Phantom was never meant to look fast, it was meant to feel inevitable. Smooth, unavoidable, effortless. Now it looks like it is trying. And the moment a Phantom looks like it is trying, it loses everything. This is not enhancement. This is destruction of identity. Not subtle, not debatable, complete. Speed is not what a car shows you. It is what a car allows itself to be. The moment design starts forcing a message that the engineering cannot support, the illusion breaks. And once you see that, you stop looking at cars the same way, because not everything that looks fast is honest. And the most dangerous ones are the ones that convince everyone else. Most people will keep seeing speed the wrong way, but now you won't. So if you see cars differently after this, subscribe. Because this channel is not about what looks expensive. It is about what actually makes sense. Like the video if this changed how you look at performance. And share it with someone who still thinks horsepower is everything.